Hey guys, what's up? Your girl is back with a new show to talk about. Matter of fact, it's a movie this time. This movie, wild, okay? It's on Netflix. It's called I Care a Lot. Crazy, okay? This movie was giving me chills and had me afraid to get old, y'all, okay? So let me tell you about this one. Whew, so, there's this woman, right? She has a business that includes taking old folks under her control and becoming their guardian, which allowed her to basically have control over all of their finances and assets and estate. Okay, so this is what she does, right? She gets a friend of hers to adopt a friend to give her patients who are so-called cherries, right? So these are people that are seniors, they have no family, no friends, no children, but they're loaded, okay? So the doctor gives her someone, a so-called charity, and it's game on. So what the doctor does, she basically writes a letter to the judge stating that this elderly person is unable to take care of themselves on their own. So, this is what she does. They get the charity, right? Her and her partner. And then she has another friend who owns a old folks home. And he's the one who houses these people for her. Okay? So I'm sure he's getting a cut also. So, he has a vacancy. She has a brand new cherry. Boom. The doctor writes a letter. She goes and picks this woman up. Now, this woman is more than capable to take care of herself, okay? And she's totally confused and she's pissed off. And, she doesn't know what to do. Because once she gets to the old folks home, they take her phone away, okay? And they let her have no contact with the outside world. So, you guys, this is where it gets a little crazy right here. Okay, so she takes the woman. The woman is in the old folks' home. These women are in her house. They're auctioning off her stuff. They're selling stuff. They put her house up for sale. They're redecorating. They're painting. And it's almost like this woman never existed. Meanwhile, she's back at the old folks' home and she's trying to get a hold of her phone. So one day, one of the women, they're at the lady's house doing paint samples when a taxi rolls up, pops out, looking confused, and walks up to the door and asks for Jennifer Peterson. And they're like, she doesn't live here anymore. And he's like, what? And they're like, no, she moved. So he's totally confused, right? Because he obviously knows this woman. And he goes off, right? And he goes up to a man and his goonie, okay? And the goonie tells the man, she's not with him in the taxi. So he gets out and he's like, so where is she? And he's like, somebody was at the house with paint samples and they told me that she moved. So the man is like, I look forward to spending time with my mother. You need to go find her and don't come back until you do. So come to find out, this woman is not alone, you guys. She has a son who loves her dearly and happens to be connected with the Russian freaking mob. So he comes back with information and he's like, I found your mom, okay? So he then basically says, we both know that my mother can very well take care of herself. You need to get her back quietly. And it does not need to involve me. So the dude goes off and a lawyer comes to visit the woman who's scamming all these old people, right? So he's like, listen, you stole someone and I need you to give her back. So the girl's like, why would I give her back? And he's like, I know your game, I know your hustle, I don't want to bust up your business, but you need to give this woman back. He offered her $300,000, but she did not take it. She said she wanted $10 million. So the lawyer laughed and he's like, no, not giving you $10 million, but you're going to regret this. You're going to wish that you took this money because basically the man who's a mother you took is going to kill you, okay? So she's tough, right? She's not backing down or nothing. She's like, well, bring it on. So they go to court. He tries to prove that he's this woman's lawyer, but he has no paperwork or anything to prove that. So he does not win, okay? So the next thing the son decides to do is bust her out. So he sends 3 of his goonies up to the old folks' home to bust her out, and they in there shooting people. It's crazy. Doesn't work. Okay, so the woman, she shows up at the old folks' home. She protects her investment. The dude goes to jail, and the old lady does not get away. So this man is like, look, I'm tired of playing with these girls. So he calls in a favor. Next thing you know, the doctor who approved all of this is dead. Gets shot in the head. Okay, done. So the girl's partner is like, who is also her lover, is like, look, I'm scared. We need to get out of town. It's not worth it. So this girl is like, I'm not running from him. I am not running from him. So she calls him and she's like, I'm not running from you. You killed my friend. That's not the way we do business. Okay. Wrong answer, because he kidnaps her ass, okay? And he goes and sends people to her girlfriend's house to beat her up, okay? They beat her up and they turn the gas on and they leave her there to die. So he got her in the middle of nowhere, sitting in a chair, tied up, and he's beating her. And, well, he just slaps her once, and he's telling her, you need to let my mother go, or it's going to be a problem. Basically, if you don't, I'm going to kill you. So she's like, I would never let her go because you did this the wrong way. You should have just took me to court and proved that that your mother belonged with you, but you didn't do that. And now I'm not backing down. So when she asked for $10 million, she's like, if you want to buy me off, fine, I'll let you buy me off, but you gotta give me $10 million. And he's like, $10 million, no, sorry, kill her, to make it look organic, okay? His words. So they put her in the car with a bottle of alcohol, and then they just like put her foot on the gas, okay? And then they let the car go. She gets in a terrible accident. She's in the water. She can't get out. She's under. So then she finally gets free of her seatbelt. She kicks the window out. She's swimming, and finally she reaches the top. She goes to a gas station and she gets a bottle of milk because her tooth falls out. She puts her tooth in the bottle of milk to preserve the calcium, I presume, and she gets the person at the gas station to call her a taxi. She gets a taxi. She goes home. Her girlfriend is knocked out, bloody. The gas is on. She saves her, takes her into the room, gets her all together, and she's alive. And they make a decision: either we run or we go up against this guy. She's like, I have the license plate. We can get him. So they find out where the license plate is registered to. So they go find the car. It's not him, but it's the driver. So they follow the driver who picks the lady's son up. Okay, y'all. So She tases the driver, picks the lady's son up, tases him, takes him in the middle of nowhere, strips him butt naked, and injects him with something like some type of tranquilizer, and leaves him in the middle of nowhere butt naked, okay, and roll off. Somebody finds him in the morning, calls it in. He's in the hospital. He can't even move on his own, right? He can't do anything on his own, and he had previously faked his death, so right now he is a John Doe. And you know what happens when John Does come to the hospital? If they are still alive and they cannot take care of themselves, they get appointed a what? A guardian. And guess what it is? This bitch. She's his guardian. So she's like, look, I'm your guardian and your mother's guardian, so if you want to get rid of me, you gotta give me $10 million. And he's like, fine. But yes, he agreed to give her $10 million, but he's like, look, this will be so much better if we just went into business together. So he starts telling her they can go global with it, okay? They can have homes, old folk homes all over the world. They can do everything they do legally, well, sort of legally, and they're gonna get away with it all, right? So she is like seeing stars, honey. She's seeing millions, because the only thing in life she wants is to be rich enough to use her money as a weapon. So she goes for it, okay? She decides, fine, we're gonna go into business together. So they go into business, they rich, they on the news, they in magazines, they making buku bread, okay? So she finishes her news story. She comes out, her girlfriend is there, it's all love, all kikis. Then some other man comes up, somebody who had their mother taken from him, okay? So this dude comes up, and he's also in the beginning, and he confronts her in court trying to win his mother back, but he loses. So this dude comes back in the end, and he's like, yo, my mother died in that old folks home, and you guys never let me see her. And he's like pissed. He's like a rabid dog. And you know what he does? My man pulls his gun out right there in broad daylight, right after this girl did her new show. She's on top of the world, and shoots her in the chest. Bleeds out, dead, dies, done. Good movie, guys. I hope you guys will watch it. Please do. It's super good. Bye.